Yo, what's up, guys? It's Golemmcr here, talking about the new tower troop, the Royal Chef. It just got announced. It's gonna be released in a couple days, and yeah, Supercell was cooking with this. So yeah, Royal Chef, December, season 66, yada yada yada. They got a video preview. I'm not gonna watch that right now. The ability is the pancake boost. It throws a level up pancake to your biggest troop, increasing their HP and damage by 10%. Royal Chef is the main course of the 2024 Quarter 4 update. This is the fourth tower troop to be added to Clash Royale, and if everything goes as expected, he'll start making pancakes next week. New tower troops used to be very popular in release, but after several nerfs, their uses have been reduced significantly. Nowadays, Tower Princess is the main option for most decks, but other tower troops remain viable in the right decks. Last season, Tower Princess was a choice of almost 80% of the top 1K decks. Cannoneer in 16%, Dagger Duchess in 5. And then the Princess Tower has dominated by design. But will the real Royal Chef be able to cook and disrupt it? Let's see what this chef can cook. So yeah, now it goes over his ability, which basically his ability is that the Royal Chef throws a mean pancake and throws it to your troop with the most hit points, increasing their level by 1. Pancakes take longer to cook when he's attacking, and he serves troops who haven't eaten yet. Okay. Um, Royal Chef. The Royal Chef's description says the following: Royal Chef cooks a mean campaign and serves your troop with the most hit points. Okay, that's just repeating what I said. So here's the Royal Chef stats. The level 11, um, excuse me, has 2,834 hit points, and the level 15 has 4,108 hit points. And it does DPS at level 11, 121, and DPS level 15, 175, and its hit speed's 0.9. So I guess it's like a slightly worth Princess Tower in terms of DPS, but obviously it can like buff up your troops' ranks. So I think this card's gonna cook with Golem. So we'll go on. Royal Chef is the first tower troop that is capable of enhancing the offensive power of your deck. Technically, you could argue that Baby Galvins were the first in this regard, but they didn't get to compete as a real tower troop. Like Dagger Duchess, Royal Chef has legendary rarity, and you'll be able to level him up with magic items like books and wild cards. His core ability is to throw pancakes at allied troops and increase their level. By leveling up your troops, increase their damage and HP, and this can be useful both on offense and defense. As a reminder, whenever a troop levels up, its damage and hit points increase by 10%. Other stats like range and movement speed don't change. To balance his ability, Royal Chef has less HP and DPS than the Princess Tower. So we can look at the Royal Chef stats. Um, so it has less HP than the Princess Tower. But I guess it has more HP with the Cannoneer, which is kind of interesting. You'd think it'd almost have less HP because the Cannoneer like shoots super slow. I feel like the Cannoneer's gonna be super terrible after this comes out, and the Dagger Duchess too. Like, why would you ever use them? Well, we'll see actually how it goes. And then here's like the damage hits per second. So I guess Dagger Duchess max DPS is 49, but yeah, it's obviously just an ability, so it kind of sucks. Cannoneer max 161, Princess 136, and the Chef is 121. But I feel like in practice, the Chef is gonna like just because it shoots faster, not doesn't get swarmed as much, it's still gonna be more optimal than the Cannoneer. And I never liked the Dagger Duchess because it gets overwhelmed in the ability. And then so this is like a graph they have of the damage output, and it's really cool to look at this graph. So you can see the Duchess is the red line, and it like has the most DPS starting out, but then it has like the least DPS towards the end. Because obviously like it's just an ability, and once it's on like no daggers, it has like no DPS. So yeah, and then the Chef, you can see it kind of starts off. I don't know where the orange line is. I guess similar to the Princess, but yeah, it has less DPS over time. And then the blue one's the Cannoneer, which I don't know. I guess maybe according to this graph, Cannoneer is decent, but yeah, it's only decent to like one heavy unit at a time. So yeah, you have the cooking counter. The Royal Chef has a pancake counter next to the king counter with its use display. The next pancake will be served. This counter will load up even when you don't have any troops in the arena, so as soon as you deploy one, it will level up almost instantly. So you guys see this little counter right here? This is gonna be cooking pancakes. This is the trolliest thing ever. And yeah, that's gonna throw them at your troops with the most HP first, and it's gonna level them up. Because I saw some videos of it, so if it has like a lava hound, it'll level up that first, and then it'll level up like the guards or whatever second. It'll always like level up different troops though, but then it will eventually, I think, go back to the same troops, but it'll level up different ones first, if that makes sense, and then the ones with the most HP first. But yeah, if you see it in action, it'll make sense. So it'll like it's really good in like golem decks. I feel like so like if you timed it right and you just left your golem and didn't play other cards, it'd be forced to just keep leveling them up. Or if you only played like a golem night witch, it would basically just have to keep leveling up the golem and night witch, and I think it would just keep alternating until they died. So yeah, I feel like that could be important, like making sure certain cards get ranked up. So pancakes aren't always cooked at the same speed. Depending on the stats of your chef, cooking time will range from 18 to 30 seconds. If both your chef's towers are destroyed, cooking stops entirely. When a royal chef is standing idle or destroyed, he gives the maximum contribution to the counter. While attacking, that contribution is reduced by 40%. So here's the chef status. Um, if they're both idle, the cooking speed is 100. If one idle is one destroyed, the cooking speed is 100. If one idle is one attacking, the cooking speed is 80. If one idle is one attacking, cooking speed is 80%. If two attacking, it's 60%. If two destroyed, it's 0. So the fact that a destroyed chef cooks faster than an attacking one may be a bit unintuitive, but it's probably to reduce the disadvantage from losing a tower. The royal chef starts cooking pancakes 7 seconds into the battle, so you'll be able to level up the first troop by 235. And then the serving order, the royal chef prioritized troops with higher HP when throwing his level up pancakes. But once a troop has already received one, it will have to wait until all your other troops get their turn before receiving a second pancake. And then under normal circumstances, it seems very unlikely that a troop will receive more than one pancake. And then there's a small restriction to ensure that very weakened troops don't receive a pancake. Troops must have at least 20% of their total HP. If a troop's below the 20% threshold, the pancake won't be thrown even if the counter's full. Then all the recent card release. All the recent card releases have been paired with release events that are featured in the game's homepage, but we don't have any details regarding the release of this card. Sorry, let me get a drink of water. I feel like I'm mumbling. Excuse me. We just know that players will be able to unlock it once the 2024 Quarter 4 update is delivered. Royal Chef can be unlocked after reaching Arena 13. And then this new tower troop won't be available during the 20-win challenge. And here's like the chef. You guys can see like it cooks. Like look at him. This guy's literally cooking. Like it's kind of blown up, but just to fill the screen, but this guy's cooking. And look at them. He's like throwing pancakes. Like somebody cooked at Clash Royale headquarters. So are you guys excited about this new tower troop? And like it says which decks will work well with this level up ability. So I'm personally gonna give my take on this right now. I think Golem is gonna work super good with this ability because now you can just play Golem in the far back and just try to make it survive as long as possible. And this tower troop will just throw pancakes at it and start cooking and leveling up your golem and just making it like level 17, level 18, level 19. Then maybe you get a night witch behind it, and now your night witch is level 16, level 17. You're not spending any extra elixir. Now you're cooking. Now your push is way more lethal. So it's like they better have a poison or something to take it out. And then it says you also get bonus rewards at the Supercell store. Alright, well that's nothing. Never mind. It's just like them promoting stuff. Alright, that's the end of the post. So yeah, I guess now I'll give more of my thoughts. So I honestly feel like a lot of Cycle players are gonna complain about this card. But at the end of the day, I think that it's not even gonna be that overpowered. It's like really only gonna get a lot of value in like Golem decks. maybe Lava Hound decks, maybe Pega decks. Um, but as far as like cycle decks, they probably might want to keep using Princess or Cannoneer or whatever, because I don't know if leveling up their troops, if they even have time or if it even matters much to them, you know. So I feel like this troop is definitely for beatdown players, and it's going to be interesting to see how they balance it and how cycle players complain. But I'm excited because as a Golem main, I'll definitely be maining this in all my Golem builds now, and I think yeah, it was meant for Golem, and this might be the skills that beatdown needs to cook, you know. And I'm glad Supercell sees the struggle of beatdown players, and Supercell's telling the community like let them cook, and yeah, that's that, guys. So here's the Royal Chef. And like and subscribe, please. Subscribing matters a lot. And Golem CR out. Peace.